The 2015 Mr. Olympia contest, held on September 18 through 19 in Las Vegas, Nevada, marked the 51st edition of the contest. On stage, various competitors impressed the audience in attendance. Phil Heath captivated the audience with a performance set to music by Phil Collins and Aloe Blacc, striving to highlight his refined conditioning, stage presence, and muscle roundedness with every pose. Rolly Winkler really stepped up this year, putting forward a strong posing routine, while Dennis Wolf did the same, posing to the theme song of The Maze Runner. Of course, the audience responded enthusiastically to this, as the rankings seemed to swing in the wind. Of course, it was impossible to overlook the fact that Heath's excellence over multiple years in professional bodybuilding was undoubtedly rare. After all, to this point, only 13 men had claimed the Sandow trophy in the history of the Mr. Olympia. When the final scores were tallied and the results were in, the judges paused to reflect on the talent present at the competition, but then quickly snickety-snapped back into gear to announce the podium finishes. Shawn Rhoden was announced in third place, claiming $100,000 for his efforts. When only 2 men remained on stage, it was time for the final announcement. When all was said and done, it was announced that Phil Heath claimed first place and $400,000 in prize money.
The first of its kind, and it will be presented to your new Mr. Olympia. To your 5-time champion, the gift, Phil Heath!
Dexter Jackson was announced as the second place finisher at 45 and earned $150,000, while Dennis Wolf, Big Ramy, and Branch Warren rounded out the top 6. Despite the quality of competition he was faced with, many onlookers questioned if anyone could truly challenge Heath's dominance. The 2016 Mr. Olympia contest was held on September 16 and 17 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Athletes from around the world gathered to compete for top honors, prize money, and the recognition that comes with excelling on bodybuilding's biggest stage. Heading into the event, Phil Heath was widely expected to defend his title, particularly after the announcement that 3-time runner-up Kai Greene would not be competing. Heath's main challengers now included 46-year-old veteran Dexter Jackson, looking to reclaim a top position, and Shawn Rhoden, who aimed to improve upon his previous third-place finish. On stage, Heath's presence was commanding, and his posing was improving year to year. Jackson, known for his late career resurgence, brought determination and experience, while Rhoden showed steady improvement and focus. Beyond the main event, the other categories displayed emerging talent and the growing global reach of professional bodybuilding. But on the main stage, when the men's opens results were announced, Phil Heath claimed his 6th consecutive Mr. Olympia title, earning $400,000 with a perfect score in both the judging and the finals rounds.
Please take the Sandow Award, the Olympia Gold Medal, the check for $400,000, and the title of 2016 Mr. Olympia. Is 6-time Mr. Olympia.
There it is.
Phil, the gift.
Phil Heath makes it 6 in a row, tying Dorian Yates.
Deservingly 6-time Mr. Olympia.
Shawn Rhoden finished second, achieving his highest career placement at the age of 41, as well as taking home $150,000, while Dexter Jackson secured third place, along with $100,000. Rounding out the top 6 were Big Ramy in 4th, William Bonac in 5th, and Rolly Winkler in 6th. I mentioned earlier the global reach of the entirety of the Mr. Olympia weekend. Well, it was no different for the men's open, as these champions were from the USA, Jamaica, Egypt, the Netherlands, and Curacao. Holistically speaking, Heath's victory reaffirmed his dominant status, setting the stage for a potential 7th consecutive win in the following year. The 2017 Mr. Olympia contest took place from September 14 to 17 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Over the course of the weekend, press conferences, judging sessions, and finals were held, with many events live-streamed for global audiences. Phil Heath, otherwise known as The Gift, entered the competition as the overwhelming favourite, having won each Mr. Olympia title of the decade thus far. You know, apart from 2010. If he was victorious, this would tie him with Arnold Schwarzenegger for the third most career titles in the history of the competition, leaving him just one win behind all-time leaders Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman. However, his fellow competitors were not going to make that easy. With size that could only be described as ridiculous, Big Ramy had recently emerged as a serious contender, pushing Heath to deliver his best on stage. Big Ramy desperately wanted his first Sandow trophy, along with the $400,000 in prize money that was offered to the victor. William Bonac was also keen to take home his first Mr. Olympia trophy and was equally enticed by the prize money. Together, these three men seemed to be the favourites as the night progressed. When it came time to announce the podium finishers, Bonac's name was announced in third place.
To your third place finisher, William Bonac.
William Bonac continues to climb the ladder, joins the very exclusive top 3 in the World Club.
A lull washed over the audience as the final victor's name was set to be announced, which was an Olympia tradition after all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the greatest bodybuilder on the planet, the recipient of the 2017 iconic Sandow Trophy, the 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil "The Gift" Heath.
It was official. Phil Heath did indeed secure first place, followed by Big Ramy, who finished in second, trailing by 15 points. Dexter Jackson finished 4th, Shawn Rhoden placed 5th, and Rolly Winkler rounded out the top 6. The monies received reflected the hard work that went into the competition, with Heath receiving $400,000, Ramy $150,000, and Bonac received $100,000. Regardless of the accolades and prize money won, Phil set his eyes on the future and his 8th Mr. Olympia title. The 2018 Mr. Olympia contest was held from September 14 through 15 in Las Vegas. The prejudging and finals for most divisions took place across multiple days, with Mr. Olympia prejudging held on the night of September 13 at the Orleans Arena. The weekend also included a press conference and an Olympia Superstar seminar, making it an absolute steal for ticket purchasers.
Talk is cheap. You'll find out tomorrow. And you have that same looking Eeyore looking face backstage.
Respectfully, the contest saw a two-man showdown between Shawn Rhoden and 7-time defending champion Phil Heath. Fans were excited by this nonetheless, as it felt like Qyxz versus Phil reborn. Having won the Olympia the previous year, Heath had redirected his focus to tie the record for the most Olympia wins at 8, a record shared by legends Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman.
And that's the difference with the mindset. That's the difference. That's why you guys bought the tickets. You bought the tickets to see history be made, whether it happens or not. It is going to happen.
At 43 years and 5 months old, Rhoden would become the oldest bodybuilder in history to win the title if his hand was raised at the end of the night. A nice feather in his cap indeed. At both the prejudging and in the finals, judges noted that Rhoden's physique, with superior leanness and well-defined abs and legs, gave him an edge over Heath, but not by much. Phil's shoulders and back remained impressive, but seemingly could not overcome Rhoden's overall balanced physique. After prejudging, Rhoden had a mere 1-point lead, a gap that a dominant poser such as Phil could capably overcome, against most athletes anyway. However, the gap between the two men extended at the finals, and Rhoden decisively extended his lead to 4 points. To the audience and certainly the judges in attendance, Shawn had done just enough to win. One large determining factor for this is that the bubble guts, which had inevitably come to the fray as athletes continued to get bigger and bigger, were obviously being penalised. The judges were now once again favouring a more streamlined and aesthetic physique, as they had when Frank Zane, Dexter Jackson, Chris Dickerson, or Samir Banu had won their titles. Everything seemed to be falling into place for the fan favourite. As the points would suggest, Shawn Rhoden was indeed crowned as the 2018 Mr. Olympia champion, securing 13 points to Heath's 17.
To our winner, and new Olympia Champion.
There it is. It has happened in Las Vegas for just the 14th time. We have a new Mr. Olympia.
As a result, he also secured his first Sandow trophy and $400,000 in prize money. Phil Heath, of course, placed second, and Rolly Winkler placed third, trailing Heath by 10 points, with 27. William Bonac came in fourth, followed by Brendan Curry in fifth, and Big Ramy in sixth. Would Rhoden be added to the list of one-time first-place finishers, or would this victory commence a dominant reign? Only time would tell. The 2019 Mr. Olympia contest took place from September 12 through 14, once again in Las Vegas, Nevada. In my summary for the previous year, I posed the question, would Rhoden be added to the list of one-time finishers, or would his victory commence a dominant reign? Well, unfortunately, not much time was needed to deliver an answer to this question. The 2018 Mr. Olympia champion, Shawn Rhoden, was accused of Sierra Alpha, of a female protege, when he was visiting her in Salt Lake City, Utah, in October of 2018. In July of 2019, he was formally charged in the state of Utah with the crimes of which he was accused. The American Media LLC company would release a statement in that same month, stating emphatically that Rhoden was banned from competing at the 2019 Mr. Olympia contest, as well as future competitions. As such, the door was left wide open for a new champion. Prejudging for Mr. Olympia was held on the night of September 13, followed by the finals on September 14 at Orleans Arena. Despite having no returning champion, the stage featured strong competition from a long list of talented athletes who were sure to impress. Additionally, fans were able to engage through live broadcasts and interactive elements like the People's Champion voting, which seemed to be a hit across the board. Ultimately, as the results were due to be announced, fans were left wondering who would emerge victorious, but they would not have to wait long. Starting with third place, fan favourite Hardy Chupin earned the bronze medal and the People's Champion Award, reflecting his popularity and certainly his potential. With only Bonac and Curry left standing at centre stage, the tension was thick. When the tension was cut and the winner's name was announced, it was Brendan Curry who was crowned the new Mr. Olympia, earning his first title.
To our winner, and new Mr. Olympia, Brendan Curry.
Well, there you have it, fans. Brendan Curry is your 2019 Mr. Olympia, the 15th in our 55-year history.
With this victory, he would also join the elite, albeit small group of athletes to win both the Arnold Classic and the Mr. Olympia in the same year. Dexter Jackson placed 4th, Rolly Winkler, who had suffered a hamstring injury, placed 5th, and Steve Kuklo finished 6th. With yet another first-time champion in the record books, the fans were left wondering, would Curry be able to back up in 2020 with a potentially more stacked card? We shall see. If you're keen for some more Qyxz content, why not check out this playlist in which I analyse every Mr. Olympia contest ever. Alternatively, do you remember Dana Lynn Bailey? Do you think she was always natural? Check out this video next.